What's happening, y'all? So I was thinking about the PBA, I was thinking about TV shows, and somebody had made a comment where they're like, they're getting rid of the urethane because they want to see the big boomers on TV, they want to see pin action, they want to see all this stuff. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I can't see the PBA actually like doing something like that in order to gain viewership per se. But I do understand where the comment's coming from. And here's and let me know in the comments below, like, what do you think? Like, what would improve the TV shows for the PBA? Like, I've thought about it quite a bit, and I do think strikes actually appeal, right? People want to see a lot of strikes thrown on TV. So I wondered, I've thought about this for a while now, and I think I had this conversation back, I don't know, it was maybe a couple of years ago. I don't know. But I'm like, why wouldn't we, or why can't we basically set up tournaments to where, like, let's say the U.S. Open, for instance. So, like, the 2 years in a row where Jacob Buttriff led by 560 pins and then ends up losing the actual title on the TV show. Now, I know we have tradition on, having so many games and then having the stepladder and whatnot. But we talk about it all the time. Like, could you imagine if Tiger Woods, like, if we got to through all four rounds of the PGA, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, the top five have to do a step ladder one hole playoff type of thing, and Tiger Woods ends up losing more than half of his career titles or whatever. Weird analogy, I know, but you get where I'm going with this here. So I think what would be cool and good for TV would be like two separate prize funds. There'd be a TV prize fund and then the actual event prize fund. And you could have it to where the top five still bowl on TV, but whoever was leading after the amount of time of bowling actually won the title. And then the TV show is just for bonus money. So then on that TV show, you make it like just a soft house shot. Nobody can use urethane on it because we're not trying to lower the scores. You have to use the newest balls that are on the market. So that way the companies get their newest balls put out there, and you get to see these guys just bang on it and do all this crazy stuff, and it looks really cool on TV. Still maybe make them titles, and that'd be a way like you could double the titles possibly. I don't know. So somebody could possibly win 2 titles in a weekend because it's the TV show title, and then I don't know how you would actually work that. Maybe it's not worth the title for the TV show. The title is actually just the event beforehand. But man, that would be really cool and good for TV to get it to where it's actually, it's always high scoring. Because otherwise you have to make the entire event high scoring, and that kind of takes away the integrity of the game, right? Because you still want your best bowlers to win. Because everybody knows once you make them easy enough, the person that matches up and finds the right ball, which is still kind of the case on most of the tough events, but the skill of finding that right ball, then it kind of gets diminished a little bit. The skill of creating the right shapes gets diminished once the pattern gets to be a certain amount of soft. Once they get a little bit too easy, pretty much everybody's striking. Now it just comes down to, okay, who's getting the breaks? And I don't think a title should ever come down to who's getting the breaks, who's getting, the most carry, who's, whatever it may be. It shouldn't be a carry contest on those types of things. So I think you can do whatever you want with the pattern throughout the week, with the exception of making them soft. And I would think that then the TV show, you make them different. You change them up a little bit and you make them soft, and you put a house pattern out there, maybe not like a 10-1, because you don't need to do that for those guys, but possibly like a 6-1 or something, because you don't want them to be super cliffy. You don't want to watch these guys 2-pin all day, because that seems to be what happens when a really good bowler who is used to bowling on tough conditions gets on the league pattern. They 2-pin a lot, because when they miss left, and I talked about this before too, their foul line adjustments are just they're so defined. They're so good at missing left and kind of fanning it at the bottom and just missing it just a little bit to make the ball go a little bit further down lane to keep it on line and still hit the pocket. Whereas when they miss right on a tough condition, you tend to kind of grab it a little bit more and catch it a little bit more to try to make the corner, because your body well enough to know it's just out of position at that very last split second, and you make that adjustment. And when you do that on a league pattern, when there's a ton of oil in the middle and there's a bunch of dry to the right, the guys fan it at the bottom when they miss left, and all of a sudden it makes it float in that oil longer, and you're 2-pinning and your ball's not making the corner. Or vice versa, when you miss to the right and you're catching it just a little bit more, now it overhooks off the dry and it's big 4. So this is one of those things where a lot of people always ask, why do certain people struggle when they're easy and then not so much when they're hard? Well, this is why. This is one of those things because of foul line adjustments and stuff. So, but either way, like I think that would be really cool for TV. I think that could be really neat, and you could kind of, and then you make the crowd loud the entire time during those TV shows and whatnot, and you just throw bonus money out there, like say the winner gets 10 grand or whatever it may be, and then so on and so forth. While as the actual title was worth 60 or 70, whatever it is, or 25. I don't even know what they are anymore. It's been so long since I've actually even had an opportunity to bowl for a title. I don't know what the money's like anymore. So I gotta change that, dang it. I need to get myself back. Like, I'm working on it. Like I've been in the gym for the last couple of weeks, or for the last couple of months. Lost some weight, lost some body fat, built some muscle. Throwing the ball pretty dang good. Made some changes to my fit. Did some different things, and I think I'm feeling pretty good. I've got a little twinge in my neck that happens when I bowl. I got to figure out what the heck that is. I don't know, I overextend or I stretch something, so there's a part on the back of my neck that gets a little tender as I'm bowling, even when I'm just bowling reviews. So I get 5 games in and all of a sudden my neck's a little sore. It's not like it's, unbearable, hinders me at all, but it's still just kind of annoyance, little things like that. But I don't know, it's probably from the gym, probably twinge something. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I took it. So I was sick all last week, and I had pink eye, which was really bad. You probably saw some of those videos where my eyes were like bloodshot and puffy, really bad. I had pink eye and a cold at the same time, so I wasn't in the gym at all last week. And it's funny, but I ate properly. Like my diet still stayed good, and I went back in and I was scared. So I got on the machine to kind of check my BMI and my, how much muscle did I lose because of being off. Although I was doing cardio, I still did some light weight training at home because I do have a gym at home. And I went in and I was expecting to like lose a pound of muscle and gain a pound of fat or something. And I dropped 6 pounds and I lost 2 pounds of fat and I gained 1.5 pounds of muscle in that week that I wasn't in the gym. So that goes to show like your diet is so important. So just keeping on the diet for me. I know I'm going off the rails here a little bit, but I'm kind of talking about the things that I'm doing for trying to get back bowling events and being competitive again and whatnot. I think this is really, really important for me, is to feel better about my own self, my own body, knowing I'm going to be able to hold up and do the things throughout the entire game. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm still in my 30s, so it's not like I'm in my 50s trying to compete with, the young guys like Barnes or Walter or Pete or any of those guys, so not that I'm calling them old, but they're kind of old. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the idea of doing 2 separate shows or 2 separate events? Like making it where the PBA Tour title is through all qualifying and match play. Whoever's on top at that time wins. And then having a separate TV show for just bonus money for TV, TV rights or something. I don't know. What do y'all think? But I'm going to get out of here. I got to head, speaking of the gym, I'm heading there right now. So, and then I'm going to go do a couple more reviews. I just posted the Not Urethane review over on the Bowler X channel, so make sure to go watch that. Give that a like and a comment. If you haven't subscribed to the Bowler X channel yet, you need to go over there and do that. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Let me know what you think of all this, and I'll talk to you guys later.